Barry Hawkins was born on April 23, 1979, in the town of Charlton, in southeast London, England. Raised in a modest, working-class family, Hawkins developed an early interest in snooker, a sport he would come to shape over the course of his career. His father, a keen sportsman, introduced him to the game at a young age, and Hawkins quickly grew captivated by the nuances of snooker. By the age of 12, he began regularly practicing at local clubs, showing a natural aptitude for the game. However, Hawkins did not enjoy the same rapid rise to stardom as many of his snooker counterparts. He spent several years honing his skills and playing in amateur events before turning professional in 1996. The early part of his career was marked by steady progression, but Hawkins lacked the flashy, attention-grabbing breakthroughs that would mark the careers of many of his contemporaries. Instead, his rise to prominence in the sport was based on hard work, perseverance, and a consistently steady approach to the game. Although his early years on the professional circuit were marked by modest results, Hawkins did manage to gradually improve his game. He spent several years floating between the lower rungs of the rankings, with few opportunities to compete in major tournaments. Despite the tough competition, Hawkins' determination to improve paid off, and he worked tirelessly to refine his technical skills. His focus on becoming a more well-rounded player, particularly excelling in safety play, set him apart from others and helped him find his footing. Hawkins' breakthrough came in the early 2000s, when he began to display the full extent of his potential on the snooker tour. His steady improvements and reliable performances started to catch the attention of fans and fellow players alike. Hawkins' breakthrough season came in 2012, when he reached the final of the World Snooker Championship at the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield. Despite being an outsider in the tournament, Hawkins made a deep run through the field, dispatching the likes of defending champion Neil Robertson and former world champion Graham Dodd along the way. The 2012 World Championship final marked the high point of Hawkins' career. Up until that point, he faced Ronnie O'Sullivan, one of the greatest snooker players of all time, in the final. Although Hawkins was ultimately defeated 18-12 by O'Sullivan, his performance throughout the tournament was a clear demonstration of his potential. Reaching the final of the World Championship was a tremendous achievement, and it put Hawkins on the map as one of the top contenders in the sport. His strong performance in 2012 was not an isolated achievement. Barry Hawkins continued to build on this success in the following years, becoming one of the most consistent players on the snooker tour. In 2013, Hawkins made a deep run to the semi-finals of the World Championship, and by the end of that year, he had established himself as one of the sport's elite competitors. Despite not winning a ranking event in his career, Hawkins managed to achieve remarkable consistency at the highest level, regularly challenging for titles and competing in the latter stages of major events. While Barry Hawkins may not have been the flashiest or most charismatic figure in snooker, his career has been one marked by steady success and impressive achievements. His consistency, tactical play, and ability to handle the pressure of major tournaments set him apart as one of the best players of his generation. Without a doubt, Hawkins' career-defining achievement came at the 2012 World Snooker Championship, when he reached his first-ever World Championship final. The tournament was a breakthrough for Hawkins, who had previously struggled to break into the upper echelons of the sport. His remarkable run to the final, which included wins over top players such as Neil Robertson and Graham Dodd, proved that he had the game to compete with the best. In the final, he faced the seemingly unbeatable Ronnie O'Sullivan, a player at the peak of his powers. Though Hawkins could not overcome O'Sullivan in the final, his performance made an indelible mark on snooker fans and commentators, who recognized his talent and resilience. After his run to the 2012 final, Hawkins continued to be one of the most consistent players in the game. He reached the semi-finals of the 2013 World Championship, a feat he would replicate in 2015 as well. Hawkins' performances at the World Championship cemented his place as one of the sport's elite players, with his ability to handle the pressures of the tournament and perform in the Crucible Theatre becoming one of his defining traits. Throughout the years, Hawkins' determination to compete at the highest level despite the presence of snooker legends like O'Sullivan, Judd Trump, and Mark Selby, made him a respected figure in the sport. In addition to his success at the World Championship, Hawkins also found success at several other major tournaments. He reached the finals of the 2014 Masters, although he was defeated by Ronnie O'Sullivan once again. Hawkins also made the semi-finals of the 2017 Masters, and he enjoyed several notable finishes in ranking events. His reliable performances in both the Triple Crown events, World Championship, UK Championship, and Masters and other major tournaments helped him maintain a steady presence in the sport's top rankings. Hawkins has accumulated 2 ranking titles during his career, the first of which came at the 2016 Players' Championship. His victory in this event was a remarkable achievement, as he defeated the highly rated Ding Junhui in the final. This victory was a testament to Hawkins' tactical acumen and his ability to handle the pressures of big matches. The triumph added to his growing list of accolades and gave him confidence in his ability to compete at the highest level. In 2019, Hawkins added another ranking title to his collection by winning the 2019 World Grand Prix, where he defeated another strong opponent in the final, Kyron Wilson. The victory was another demonstration of Hawkins' ability to perform under pressure, and it solidified his position as one of the sport's top competitors. Throughout his career, Hawkins has faced numerous challenges and setbacks. While he has enjoyed considerable success, his inability to win a world championship title or secure more ranking titles has been a source of frustration for the Englishman. Despite his consistent performances in the sport, Hawkins has had to contend with stiff competition from players such as Ronnie O'Sullivan, Judd Trump, and Mark Selby. These players have dominated the game in terms of titles and rankings, but Hawkins has always remained a tough, competitive opponent. In addition to this, Hawkins has occasionally struggled with injuries, which have hindered his progress in certain seasons. However, his ability to overcome adversity and continue competing at the top level has been one of his strongest attributes. Hawkins' career has been characterized by a quiet determination and a refusal to be deterred by setbacks, and this resilience has earned him the respect of snooker fans and players alike. As of 2023, Barry Hawkins is still an active player on the World Snooker Tour. While he is no longer as young as he once was, Hawkins remains a competitive force and continues to reach the later stages of tournaments. Although his career may have slowed somewhat in his later years, his status as a highly skilled, resilient, and consistent player has ensured that he remains relevant in the sport. Hawkins' legacy in snooker is one of quiet consistency and perseverance. Although he may not have won the sport's most prestigious titles, his success in reaching the World Championship final and his overall career achievements place him among the best players of his generation. His ability to remain competitive, even as new generations of players rise through the ranks, speaks to his dedication and love for the sport. Barry Hawkins may not be the most flamboyant or high-profile figure in snooker, but his contributions to the game are undeniable. He is a player who has always played the game with dignity, passion, and an unwavering focus on the task at hand. For these reasons, Barry Hawkins will always be remembered as one of snooker's greats.